Cheru Havishang Bhujanam Kartano Archanam Vratam.
So, this is Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, chapter 22, 10th Canto. Shukadeva Goswami saying, Hey Maharaj Parikshit, about the first month of the Hemantik Ritu, means the Jewish June season.
गोकुल कुमारियां भविष्य भोजन करके कात्यायनी पूजा व्रत आचरण करते हैं.
Talking about Katyayani Vrat.
अभी कार्तिक व्रत हम लोग सब समाप्त हो गया.
So now we just ended the Kartik Vrat.
और इसके पश्चात
And then after that,
क्या हुआ?
what comes?
हेमंत
Haribo, Didi, a Shamarã pode fazer o PT agora?
ग्रीष्म वर्षा शरद हेमंत शीत और बसंत.
So there are 6 seasons, like summer, winter, fall, spring, rainy season, and the Hemantik season, the June season.
नंद ब्रज कुमारीगण भविष्य भविष्यान्न भंजानो. भविष्यान्न माने
Havishana means?
भविष्यान्न किसको कहते हैं?
What is Havishana?
भवि माने घी.
Havish means ghee.
अन्न माने चावल.
Anna means rice.
अर्थात
means that
चावल और घी के एक साथ में पका करके
when you cook together rice and ghee and then you eat only once a day, this is called Havishana.
उन्होंने तो कहते हैं चंद्रायन व्रत किया था.
So about Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada is Chandrayan Vrat.
ये व्रत लिया जाता है.
So this vow of Havishana Vrat is
एक महीने बाद कुछ समय तक मैं केवल एक बार भोजन.
when you eat only once. How?
ना चावल के साथ घी थोड़ी सी घी दे करके पका.
You just cook rice with little bit of ghee and then you eat this.
इसके हविषान्न कहा जाता है.
This is called Havishana.
हविषान्न भोजन कात्यायनी पूजा व्रत करने लगे. इस अध्याय में वर्णन.
So in this chapter 22nd chapter 10th canto. So Shukadeva Goswami said, during the first month of the winter season, the young unmarried girls of Gokula observed the vow of worshipping goddess Katyayani. For the entire month, they ate only unspiced khichdi. So this chapter will speak about the Katyayani Vrat, and also this conversation that happened when Krishna stole the clothes of the Gopis. And in the end also, Krishna gave a blessing to the Gopis. So this chapter explains about this. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, in the commentary of this Sloka, he describes that so in the 10th canto, 21st chapter explained about Venugit, the previous chapter of the 22nd. Because when the Gopis, they grew up, then the superiors of the Gopis, mother, father, and etc., they told, from now on, you should not play together with Krishna. Cannot play along with him, like together. Boys and girls, they must play separately from now on. So listening to this, Gopis felt so much sadness, like upset. They were so upset because they have this anuraga spontaneous in their hearts, birth after birth for Krishna. So because of this anuraga, deep attachment, now they have the desire to meet with Krishna. I told, what is the symptom of anuraga? you become atripta, like incessant, like unquenchable thirst to see Krishna. You're never satisfied. Also, another thing of anurag, tell you.
परस्परानु
Parasparanu sneha nubandhanam means
ऐसे अनुबंधित हो जाते
both are completely tied to each other by their love and affection.
हैं बिछोड़ तो बहुत दूर की बात
So what to speak of separating from each other, like being afar, even if for a moment, if they cannot see each other or something, it's like they're dying.
आगे जो दो
They die.
मैं बार बार बताता हूँ
So I tell again and again about these two symptoms of anurag.
दर्शन में अतिरिक्त
Parasparano snehana bandhanam and darshane atriptata. And Krishna also has a thing, some characteristic, because Krishna is always manifesting a newly ever fresh, beautiful form, you know.
किंतु आज
So, but today,
माता पिता गुरुजन
the parents of the gopis, the superiors of the gopis, they told that from now on they shouldn't,
अलग अलग
they should play separately, not together with Krishna anymore. They couldn't play with Krishna.
स्वाभाविक रूप में जो हिलमिल
So
भाव है
this desire to meet with Krishna,
इसलिए गोपियां बहुत दुखी थी
they couldn't fulfill the desire to meet Krishna because the superiors told them not to play with him. So gopis were so upset. So they started staying in their house, and then they were always like describing Krishna Katha, the pastimes of Krishna. And
तो इसलिए सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद कह रहे हैं
so Shukadeva Goswami Pada says,
शरद काल वर्णन प्रसंग में
in this context of the
वर्णन करके हेमंत ऋतु का वर्णन उपलक्ष्य में ब्रजकुमारियों की पूर्व अनुराग है, कहने के निमित्त और समस्त प्रकार यह सकल नित्य सिद्धा कृष्ण प्रेयसी
so the eternal
बने कृष्ण प्राप्ति कामनाएं लौकिक रीति के अनुसार हेमंत काल में
so in the
देवी पूजा
during season Hemantik Kal, Hemantik like this during season, then the gopis started doing this Devi Puja, but actually they are not doing really this Devi Puja. Actually, just to show to the people of this world, they were doing this Devi Puja, this worship of goddess.
कौन सा देवी की पूजा कर रही है
Because which goddess deity they were worshipping? Katyayani. But who is Katyayani? It's Yogamaya.
क्योंकि श्लोक में ही आगे
Because in
जाके वर्णन कर
later in the Sloka we'll see.
है नंद गोप स्तंग देवी पोतिंग में नमः है ये कत्तागी देवी कौन है
So who is Katyayani Devi? She's directly
जोगिनी
Mahajogini, means
जोग
Yogamaya.
हरिवंश पुराण विष्णु पुराण ब्रह्म वैवर्तन
So in all the Puranas like Harivamsha Purana, etc.,
विस्तृत भी वर्णन है
explain in details all this.
कर्णश्च रात्रौ संकल्प कालविद अर्थात युग कालविदता भगवान श्री शरद पूर्णिमा रजनी रात्रि में युवती और गोपकन्या के साथ वंशीधरा आहन करके उनके साथ रास क्रीड़ा समाधान किया था इसमें भी वर्णन है ये शरद पूर्णिमा में
So in the Sarat Purnima, means the full moon of the autumn season,
गोपियों के साथ
Swayam Bhagavan Shri Krishna,
रास क्रीड़ा
he did Rasa Lila with the gopis.
अभी हम आगे की कथा
So let's continue.
वो समस्त गोपकन्याएं
So all these gopis, how they
कत्तानी व्रत पालन करते
they were following Katyayani Vrat.
वर्णन हो रहा है
So it's describing here about this.
अप्रुतंबसे कालिंदा जला जलाम्बे जोदिते गौरुने कृत्वा प्रतिकेदं देवी अर्चनं सैकतिं गन्धर्माल्लैस्रभिर्बलिभिश्च धूपै दीपकै उच्चाश्चैव पहार प्रलाप फलतण्डुलै
So this is verse 2 and 3 of the 10th canto, chapter 22nd. O king,
अरुणोदय
my dear king, after they had bathed in the water of the Jamuna, just as the sun was rising, before the sun would rise, the gopis were bathing in the water of Jamuna before the sunrise, and then after bathing, they were making some earth, like with the sand
कत्तानी के प्रतिमा
of the banks of the river. They were making some statue deity,
प्रतिमा
of the goddess Durga or Katyayani. And then they worshipped her with such aromatic substances as sandalwood pulp, garlands, with like also fruits and roots, rice, and many kinds of also gifts. They were worshipping the deity with so many kinds of gifts, etc. So they are offering clothing, ornaments, food, doing the Katyayani Puja in this way. So they were following all the rules of worship. So sometimes we offer like 5 items to the deity, sometimes 16 items, dollars, 12 items to the deity. So the gopis in this way, they were offering clothes, clothes, and also food and flowers, other things for the deity offering. And also they were calling the deity with beautiful mantras. Like for example, these beautiful mantras like agacham, like this. So when you say like this, you take some achaman and then you calling the deities with these mantras, like offering the asana, the seat for the deity, and also you put some flowers on the seat. Then you put one drop of water, so that calling for asana, the deity to sit down. Madhuparka, all the rules of puja, how to worship and invite the deity and etc. So according to all these rules, these gopis, they were doing puja like this. And what was the mantra they're using? Because without mantra, you can't do the puja without mantra. You can. So all the rest is just formality. But the main thing of the puja is the mantra. So if you're not pronouncing properly the mantra, even if you're offering the asana and everything for the deity, argya is not actually proper offering if you're not doing the proper mantra. So that's why you must properly pronounce and speak the mantra. So all the gopis with mantra, so all these girls, they're calling Maha Maya, Katyayani Devi, and they were saying this mantra. This verse 4, chapter 22nd, 10th canto. So they were saying, oh goddess Katyayani, we want to have Krishna as like a husband. Externally they are saying they want Krishna as a husband, but sorry, I just spoke and I couldn't hear what Gurudev said. So, because with this mantra, all these young unmarried gopis, in their minds, they were thinking they wanted to attain to Krishna. If we don't marry to him directly, at least that we may have at least the Gandharva Vivaha with him. May our parents accept or not. So all the gopis, they just at least prayed to have Gandharva Vivaha, marriage, wedding of Gandharvas. What is like this? What is this? When you just exchange garlands in a solitary place with your beloved. This is called Gandharva wedding. So there are many kinds of weddings. Only you can make this possible. Without you, it's not possible. So, like this, all these gopis, in their minds, they were explaining their bhavas with these mantras. So, want to speak of separating from each other. So when they say pita, actually they mean also their uncles and so father, uncle, older brother, etc. So they're always keeping protecting vows and grazing cows. And we have grown up, but they're not giving attention to us. So all these gopis they're saying. So so we've grown up, but our parents, uncles, like they're not giving attention to us. So that's why the gopis they're saying, "Hey Devi, you please arrange for our wedding, okay?" Because a girl will not say, "Oh, marry me or marry with me" or something, but the girl is thinking about this in her mind. So when the youth comes, the young boys and young girls, like they are thinking so much about many dreams. Means they're thinking about this. They are like daydreaming and thinking, daydreaming. Oh, I'll marry with this man, with this kind of man. I'll get married to him. Oh, we'll get babies. We'll have babies, and I'll educate my baby very nicely and like these. But actually, according to your karma, you'll get son and husband according to your karma. Shastra explains the kind of son you'll have and kind of husband depends on your karma. So if you did austerity for many lives, then you can have so much wealth. And also, even if you do so much pious deeds, like giving charity, donation, etc., if you do this, then you can get a good son. Bhagya Bharja means wife. So if your destiny is good, if your like a karma is good, then you can get a good wife. But how to get this? What about how? But how can you make your bhagya? Means like your destiny, your karma. Means if you do good stuff, like everybody has Vivaharika, like the line of the wedding. It's just here next in the other, like on the side of the palm. So everybody marries, but some people they marry straight, some people marry like bending, like what do you say, like crooked. So everything is written here. What will happen, like how many kids you'll have, and everything. Those who study astrology and the lines in the hands on the palm, they can say. So there is a Vivaharika, line of marriage, wedding, but depends on your bhagya then, your destiny, your karma, fruit of karma. So how will be your wife, how if she'll come or not, everything depends on your bhagya, in your destiny or. But when the teenagers, they are always thinking about this, like daydreaming and having so many thoughts about who they will marry to and how will be their life like this, isn't it? So the same way, all these young unmarried gopis, they were thinking in their minds, My father and my uncle, they are not giving attention to my wedding. So all these gopis, they are praying to Katyayani. Oh Katyayani, you are capable of everything. You are all powerful. Hey Devi, please quickly arrange for a wedding. Please quickly arrange our wedding. So these gopis, they didn't want to waste any time. So they started doing this kind of prayers to Katyayani. So they had one prayer. They wanted to marry to Krishna, like marry to Krishna. If you say, oh, but you're, why are you so attached to, sorry, I couldn't understand. So here Vishwanath Chakravarti answers. So this is the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti. Hey Devi, you know everything. You are in the mind of everyone, so you can do that. Gopis are telling to the Devi. So please, you can sit in the minds of our parents, and then you can come in their minds of our parents, and then you can make our parents' hearts that like change their instill this in our parents' mind that we can marry to Krishna. Like Shastra explains, Deva Balam hi Param Balam. If somebody has the potency, the strength of the demigods, this person is the highest. So you cannot do things from your own. You need the power of the demigods. So if some demigod is favorable to you, then you'll be able to attain what you want. So Deva Balam Param Balam. That's why the gopis are saying that, hey Katyayani, you are the greatest Devi, So you please do one thing. Please come in the mind of our parents, and then instill this thought in their minds that they will accept our marriage, with our wedding to Krishna, our marriage to be with Krishna. Otherwise, how possible? So in this way, all the gopis, early in the morning, in the Brahma Muhurta time, they were doing this kind of pujas. So here saying that the gopis, when although they are saying Maha Maya, they are not doing puja to the Bahiranga Shakti or the external potency. God has two kinds of potency: Bahiranga Shakti, external potency, and Antaranga Shakti, internal potency. So the Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, external potency, is eluding the people of this world, the jivas of this world. This is Bahiranga Shakti Maya. The jivas of this world, they are under the illusion of Maya. This is because of the Bahiranga Shakti, external potency. But the Antaranga Shakti, the internal potency, arranges for the jiva to deliver from this material world. So, although in the main verse they are saying Katyayani Maha Maya, no? Although they are saying Maha Maya here, they are not talking about the Bahiranga Shakti, external potency of Lord. When they're saying Maha Maya, actually they're referring to the Antaranga Shakti, internal potency. So they're talking about Yogamaya actually, the internal potency, spiritual potency of Lord. So why they use the word Maha Maya? The devotee asked. Gurudeva said, Maha Maya, Maha also means great or superior. You should understand the word. So one is Maha Maya. Maha means superior, the superior Maya, superior energy. So you try to examine the word and take the meaning. So we talk about Maha Maya in this world. Generally, we're talking about the external potency which eludes the jivas. Like one thing is mantra, another is Maha Mantra, right? Maha means great or highest. And Maya means what? Maya kripa iti dambhe. Maya means also mercy, kripa. Means Yogamaya makes us meet with Krishna, gives us mercy in this way. And Mahamaya, the Bahiranga Shakti, and by the other hand, makes us face to the other side, like not towards Krishna, face, like, go to the other side, not to Krishna. So the name is one, but the activities are two. For example, Durga. So who is the protector of this world? It's Durga also. So Durga is the protector of this world. Her name is Durga. But Durga also means another meaning. Means with so much difficulty or endeavor and hard endeavors, somebody who is only known after many endeavors and hard efforts. This is Durga. So this is who? Srimati Radhika. Srimati Radhika's name is Durga. So Srimati Radhika herself, she covers Krishna to protect him, like ordinary jivas cannot know him. So she protects Krishna, like in the meaning of like hiding him from like unqualified people like this. So Durga. So in the Vishnu Purana and also in other Puranas, all these descriptions are there. For example, the Prem, also Prem is also hidden. So what is the natural tendency of Prem? Is to be kept hidden. Because the Prem, whenever show the Prem so much. Even in Shastra explains that those who say I love you, actually they don't love. Actually. Because Prem is such a thing that is always kept hiddenly. That the more you hide something, the more you hide something, cover it, the more the thing will be glorious and amazing, like glorious, isn't it? Shastra explains. The more you hide the thing, the more glorious that thing will be. Shastra explains. Shastra explains that three things should be always done alone. Bhajan, bhojan, and raman. So bhajan, bhojan, and raman you should always do alone. Eat spiritual life and like intimate relations. Because if you eat in front of everyone, people will say, "Oh, this sadhu eats so much," isn't it? Mahaprabhu sat for eating and then sat to eat and to take prasad, and then what is his name? That person saying, "Oh, you're a sannyasi and eating so much." Amog, the name of this person. He started criticizing Mahaprabhu and also the disciple of Madhavendra Puripad, Ramachandra Puri also. He invited Mahaprabhu to take prasadam. Oh, come to my house and take prasad. Mahaprabhu, and then he cooked so many things for Mahaprabhu, like preparations, etc. When Mahaprabhu sat down for eating, then this person started criticizing Mahaprabhu. So this is a ninduk. the person wants to criticize. So this is normal. Like people in this world, they're like this. They see somebody eating a lot or with so many things in front of him, then the people will criticize. That's why people you should eat like alone, like in front of, not in front of everyone. You should not. Also, your spiritual life also. You also should do. You're doing the bhajan only to show to people. So that's why bhajan, bhojan, and raman you should do ekanta, like alone or in a solitary place. So prema is such a thing that prema should also be kept hidden. Hidden. Those who say I love you, actually this person doesn't love. In the book Prema Samputa, Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada wrote about this. Prema is such a thing that should always be kept hidden, and it is always hidden actually. Prema is like a lamp. You know what is a deepak? It's like a ghee lamp, you know, this ghee lamp we are offering, this lamp. So prema is like a lamp, like a ghee lamp, which stays in the caves of the hearts of the lover and beloved. So prema doesn't show itself off. That's why Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada explains in the Prema Samputa. If you say I love you to someone, so the prema is destroyed at that moment. Another example is that the prema is just like a piece of camphor. If you put a piece of camphor here, after some time, this camphor will disappear. It's like evaporates, disappears. So in the same way, the more you keep the prema hidden, the more thick the prema will be. So Gokuleshwari is Yogamaya. Who is she? Actually, she is one manifestation of Srimati Radhika. She is one manifestation of Srimati Radhika. So Gokuleshwari, Hladini Shakti Swarupini. That's why one of her names is Durga also. So she's eluding the jivas of this world. So her name is Durga. But in the spiritual world, when you say Durga, means actually somebody who is keeping, like protecting Krishna Prem. Keeping it hiddenly or protected. Or also means somebody who, one Upanishad name is Radha Upanishad. In this, Radha Upanishad describes that like Srimati Radhika is keeping Krishna protected like this, like Durga. So that's why this name Durga. So the normal people, they know you as the covering potency, Avarani Shakti, means the external potency covers the jivas. So the Jara Maya, inert matter, inert Maya, has two potencies. One is avaranatmika vrtti, and another name, her tendency viksepatmika vrtti. So when the jiva misuses her independent potency, means you don't serve the Lord and you just want to do Sanskritification, then the Bahiranga Shakti, external potency Maya, covers you completely, covers the jivas. So that's why her tendency and her name also, avaranatmika Shakti, also the name. And then Maya she binds you very nicely, and with the ropes of Sattva, and Tamoguna, with these three ropes, Maya binds you so nicely, and then gives you so many kinds of ego, ahankar, and then Maya throws you. Vikshep means to throw. So throws you in this material world. So we came to this world. So this is called Maha Maya. also called avaranatmika, the covering potency. So we are under the illusion of the dehabhiman, means our ego of the body, like I'm rich, I'm man, I'm a woman. You have the doer ego. You think I am the doer, you know. So kartapan bhav means I'm the mother of such a person, of that person, I'm the father of this person, I'm the doer, like this. I am this body and whatever is related to this body. So this is. But here he's saying that by chanting Krishna mantra, so Durga is the presiding deity of Krishna mantra. Okay, so Mother Jashoda, she had two babies, Krishna, and after giving birth to Krishna, she gave birth to Yogamaya. So that's why Yogamaya is also called Anuja. Devaki, she gave birth or manifested only one Krishna. So the Mathuravasi people, those who live in Mathura, they know Krishna is Devaki Nandana. And the Gokulavasi, they're saying, like people from Mathura say that Krishna is son of Devaki, the son of Devaki, but people from Gokula say that Krishna is the son of Majashoda. But anyway, Mother Jashoda, she gave birth to two kids. So one is Krishna and then Yogamaya. That's why Yogamaya is also called Anuja, means the younger sister of Krishna. So Yogamaya is the presiding deity of this mantra. And the young unmarried gopis, they started worshipping with this mantra. So later also one question will come, that these girls, unmarried gopis, they did worship to whom? Yogamaya. They even put the deity of Yogamaya, they did worship and etc. I told before how they did the puja. But they had a darshan of? Yogamaya didn't come to have darshan, to give them darshan. Who came? Krishna. Right? So when we worship someone, this worshipful deity comes to us, right? You know? Like for example, when we chant Krishna mantra and Gopal mantra, for example. So what is in the end of these mantras that we chant? Prachodayat. Swaha or Prachodayat. Prachodayat means what? In the Kama Gayatri also this word is there, Prachodayat. Pra means Prakrishta and means manifest. So that this worshipful deity of the mantra may manifest to us, give us darshan. This is Prachodayat. So the gopis, they worship too Katyayani Devi, and who gave darshan to them? Krishna. So you maybe have some doubt about this. Which kind of doubt? Well, I'm worshiping someone and this person didn't come. Another person come instead. So how to reconcile this? So the worshipful deity of the mantra, Prachodayat, made this presiding deity of the mantra manifest. But the presiding deity of the mantra didn't come. Who came instead? Krishna. So later we'll describe how, like actually, in the last day, then also these gopis were doing Katyayani vrata. They also called the Radha Lalita Vishaka, and that day also Krishna also came, and Krishna stole the clothes of the gopis and hung Krishna hung the clothes on the tree, and then Krishna gave also a blessing. Which blessing he gave to them? Next year, in the following year, in the autumn season, I will fulfill all your desires.
इसी प्रकार हमारे आचार्य पाद
So like these are acharyas,
समाधान कर रहे
they reconcile this,
हैं। ये वास्तव
that actually,
यद्यपि वो समस्त देवियां
although all these gopis,
कत्यायनी देवी पूजा करती
they worship to Katyayani,
हैं, किंतु वास्तव रूप में कृष्ण के ही पूजा करती हैं।
actually they are doing the puja of Krishna. That's why Krishna gave darshan to them.
कत्यायनी क्यों दर्शन क्यों नहीं दिए?
So why Katyayani didn't give darshan to them?
क्या
Somebody told, devotee told, oh, but they didn't ask for her darshan. Guru Devi said, no, but she should have given the darshan.
कत्यायनी देवी के तो घर है पूजा
Because they are doing puja to Katyayani Devi.
कत्यायनी देवी नहीं है।
But Katyayani Devi didn't come to them.
देवी तो आना चाहिए है? आपके विचार आप क्या विचार देते हैं?
What you're saying, your conception, your idea,
देवी को आना चाहिए ना,
your point of view?
हम जिसको उपासना करें
So you're worshipping someone, this person might have to come to us because we're worshipping this person, this entity.
यहाँ तो एवं मासं व्रतम चैव कुमार्या कृष्ण चेतसा भद्रकालीन समा और अर्जुनम भुवात नंद सुतानुपति। यहाँ पर कार्य
Here saying in this verse 5 explains,
कृष्णगत प्रणाम ब्रजकुमारीगण एक मास जावत
these are married gopis for 1 month. They were following all this vrat, this vow.
यही था ये देवी
And they were worshipping the goddess Bhadrakali, fully absorbing their minds in Krishna and meditating upon the following thoughts. May the son of King Nanda become my husband.
चेरु
So verse
जब कृष्ण
5, chapter 22nd, 10th canto.
उनकी पूजा आदि
So that they were worshipping goddess Bhadrakali.
अर्चन करने
So
लगे। काली खाने पर
when you say Bhadrakali,
ही सूचित होता है।
actually is indicating Yogamaya. So devotee is asking, before this vrata, they hadn't seen Krishna? Yes, why not?
कृष्ण के साथ तो पहले से उनके
They had already met Krishna, yes, before doing this Katyayani Vrata. They had already seen Krishna. Because remember, I told before that before, when they were young, very small, like kids, they used to meet Krishna.
वेणुगीत में पूर्वराग 21 अध्याय में
In the 21st chapter of 10th canto, explain about the Purvarag, Venugit.
ये दिखा रहे हैं
So in the Venugit is saying that
यहाँ
the gopis,
बिछोड़ हो गए। कैसे बिछोड़ हो गए?
they
कि माता पिता
were separated from Krishna. Why?
गुरुजन लोग
How?
की कहानियां
Because their superiors told them, oh, now you've grown up, like you're a teenager and like puberty and all. So you can't anymore, you can, you can't, you can't anymore meet with Krishna again. Because now you have, according to the rules of society, you must be separated, like apart. You must be apart, not together with Krishna.
समझते हो गोपियां वेणुगीत में देखिए
So in the Venugita, we see that the gopis, they're suffering so much in separation from Krishna that
कृष्ण के चिंतन करते हुए
they're just thinking about Krishna and
को जो है वो स्मरण
they're remembering all the pastimes of Krishna.
वेणुगीत में तो वही दिखा।
So the Venugita is showing this.
गोपियां अपने अपने जुट में बैठ करके
Gopis are sitting together with their other friends, and they are speaking about Krishna, thinking about Krishna. This is the Venu Gita. But in the 22nd chapter of the 10th canto, now he's describing the Katyayani Vrat.
क्योंकि गोपियां मन में विचार
Because the Gopis, they are thinking in their minds, how can we meet Krishna? How can we meet him?
अनुराग प्रबल अनुराग जो है तो प्रबल अनुराग उनके पास यहाँ
So they have strong anuraga for Krishna. So there were many kinds of gopis there.
साधन सिद्धा
Nitya Siddha, Sadhana Siddha, Shruti Chari, Muni Chari,
ज्योति
Jyotiki, Ajyotiki also,
अनेक प्रकार के गोपियां
like who did bhajan in a group, not in a group.
के जो है
But especially
साधन सिद्धा जो
the Sadhana Siddha gopis. So now we're talking about Sadhana Siddha gopis only.
आगे जाकर के टीकाकार भी
That's why later the commentaries will explain who did this Katyayani Vrat.
किसने किया
Who did Katyayani Vrat?
नित्य सिद्धाओं की कोई जरूरत
The Nitya Siddha, they don't need to do this. Radha go and etc. No, they didn't do.
यहाँ पर स्पष्टीकरण कर दी
Here is clear
राधा आदि
saying that actually Radha and the others,
लोगों ने कत्तानी
they did not do Katyayani Vrat.
सिद्धा
But the Sadhana Siddha gopis,
उन लोगों ने कत्तानी
then they did Katyayani Vrat.
के द्वारा ये
And
दिखा रहे हैं
by this lila, something is being shown, like they are showing that if you don't have the association of the Nitya Siddha gopi,
गाढ़ता नहीं आए
if you don't have very strong and condensed Krishna prema in your heart, if you don't have deep anuraga in your heart, you cannot meet Krishna.
यही व्यवस्था
That's why Yogamaya
हृदय में
arranged this. It means Yogamaya inspired the heart of the gopis.
आदि के संग कैसे
How can they have association of the Nitya Siddha?
करना है
And later also Krishna will do pastimes and all.
वो समझते
So
गोपियां की अंतिम दिन
all the gopis,
है वो समझते नित्य सिद्धा गोपियों की वो बुलाए निमंत्रण
in the last day of their Katyayani Vrat, they called the Nitya Siddha gopis.
और उस निमंत्रण में वो
And then
नित्य सिद्धा गोपियां आई
all these Nitya Siddha gopis, they came because they were invited.
उनके उस
And then,
जिस प्रकार एक महीने तक जो जो गोपियां जो कर रही थी
so the gopis, they were for 1 month doing the Vrat, the vow.
ये लोग भी
And at this day,
स्नान आदि कर
the Nitya Siddha also, they did along, like they also took a bath, like in the Jamuna river, like this together.
इसमें स्पष्ट लिखा है देखो कदाति भी व्रत पुण्य दिने पूर्ण मासस्य एवं एवं मासं व्रत चेव ए, निरंतरम उक्तत् एवं सर्वार्थम कुमारभिस्तं समवासनत्तेन प्रणा संवदितं वृषभानुनंदिनाद्या
This commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti. So Vrishabhananandini Srimati Radhika, she was invited
निमंत्रण किया
to come for the Katyayani Vrat as well.
पूजा समाप्त अंतरं ताभि सही शान उद्देश्यं जल विहार ज्ञेयम् यह पूर्णिमा के दिन
So on the day of the Purnima,
आकर के वस्त्र आदि परिधान नहीं करके अर्थात
so they didn't use clothes to shower, to bath in the water, and then they started like playing in the water.
ये दिखा दो यहाँ पर विशेष वैशिष्ट्य क्या
So what is the speciality here we see?
विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती
Our Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada says that
नंदिनी और उनकी
Vrishabhananandini and all these Nityasiddha gopis, they were invited.
मतलब
Doesn't mean that every day they were coming. No, no, no. They are not doing. The Nityasiddha they are not doing every day. Just in the last day they came.
इसे पूजा समाप्ति पर तादि के सहित अभुत स्नाने उद्देश्य जल विहार यानी अभी समय
Now already time is over. So
ये समझ तो बहुत ये दिखे टीकाकार जो
so the commentaries they show so many things about it
ये वास्तव रूप में
because actually
ये कृष्ण के साथ गोपियों के साथ जो प्रेम
this prema and sweetness of the love between Krishna and the gopis, how manifest this?
वो प्रेम माधुर्य आदि प्रकाश करने के लिए
To manifest this prema madhurya, Yogamaya arranged all this.
हम उनकी विशेष करके प्रभुपाद के धारा में
We in the line of Prabhupada, especially in the line of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktivinoda
साईं महाराज श्री गुरुदेव
Thakur, Gurudev, Shla, they didn't do Katyayani Vrat, did they?
क्यों नहीं किया
Why not? Why they didn't do?
भागवत में तो वर्णन हो रहा है
Because in the Bhagavatam describes about Katyayani Vrat.
इसमें कहते हैं हम तो कार्तिक व्रत जब
Because if we did Katyayani, if we did Kartik Vrat Already we did everything, no need to do anything else.
सबसे बड़ी व्रत क्या
Because the highest vow is the Kartik vrat, the vow of Kartik.
कर लिए उसके
Those who did Kartik vrat, they don't need to do anything else. So this is speciality
और
shown.
भी एक श्लोक में है
Also, there's also one verse in the Puranas
व्रत करते हैं वो कहाँ पर पहुंच जाते
saying that
हैं द्वारका में वो
those who do this vrata, they go to Dvaraka,
महिषी की गण में चले जाते
to the Mahishigan,
हैं ये भी लिखा है
to the group of the queens of Dvaraka. Is also one shlok is there.
कत्तानी के व्रत करने वाले जो है
Those who do Katyayani vrat,
द्वारका में महिषी की दासी बनना
they become dasis, servants of the queens of Dvaraka.
है
So those who want to become servants of the queens of Dvaraka, then they can do Katyayani vrata. What is the problem?
मैंने एक बार मार गुरुदेव के पूछा था
One time I asked Gurudev, and Gurudev gave me this answer, I remember. Those who are doing, let them do. Like,